Welcome to this short video. This is just an update to the earlier video to say that 2 weeks ago on Monday I had my left hip joint replaced at the Toronto Western Hospital, and the process has been very positive. There hasn't been any downside. There has been a bit of pain, but that's just part of the process. So I just wanted to share some of the things that have contributed to this very positive, wonderful experience. It's so great to be able to walk and not have that grinding of the joint there and all the pain that would produce. So, as I said earlier, it has a lot to do with the competency and the skill sets that are at the Toronto Western Hospital, and the care that they give there is outstanding. For my own personal preparation, I anticipated that yes, there would be pain and that it wasn't just going to be a cakewalk, but I was ready for that because I recognized that this was the time to have the surgery done. So some of the things that helped were just being aware of what was happening in my body, and that helped me not to get sick from the general anesthetic. I had general anesthetic, and when I came out from after that, there were a couple times where I almost was sick, but because of being aware of just stopping, not moving anymore, and just breathing gently down into my stomach, the nausea was able to pass, and that happened 2 or 3 times. So I was very glad for having that skill set that helped me. Also, working with the pain, what I found is that intuitively I wanted to move the leg somewhat, and what I would do is I would move the leg that was operated on, and if I could move it, we'll say 3 or 4 times, and each time the pain was a little bit less, and I knew that that wasn't doing any harm. And just the opposite of that in convalescing here at home, if I do a lot of activity and I notice that it's getting more sensitive, more tender, then I stop that activity. So the mindfulness of being aware of the sensations in the body has been essential in this healing process. And I wanted to put together 3 aspects that have been very helpful in the restoration of my walking and the rehabilitation process. So the 3 of them go: first is rest, second is the relationship to it, and the third one would be the restorative portion of it. So I'll just touch on the process of resting. Now, resting, that includes eating good, healthy foods and proteins, being on time with the medications that we're given, and also knowing when just to sit or just to lay down and just to rest. And the resting in that regard would be just doing nothing. So there was just nothing that needed to be done and nothing to do, no place to go, just resting, just letting the body move forward with this healing process. The second one would be the relating. The relating part of it was very, very important. How did I relate to the pain? How did I relate to the new situation? How did I relate to having a new joint, something new in my body? So that relationship was recognizing that this was my pain, didn't belong to anybody else, and that because it was mine, it was workable, because it was my relationship with my pain. And so that whole aspect, when I would find that I was sometimes getting caught in the aversion to the pain, was just to recognize, this is my pain, and the pain does have a purpose. It's here to help me, actually. So that was step number 2. Step number 3 was the restorative process, and recognizing that I have 2 nervous systems. I have a sympathetic nervous system which is very active and will get me ready for fight and flight. And then I have the steady state, the parasympathetic nervous system. Now its role is to sustain the contentment, the homeostasis. It allows for the body to heal itself and to rest, and it's really the home base. The sympathetic nervous system is there for something quick or unexpected. It's there to service, but only to service for a short period of time. Unfortunately, often the sympathetic nervous system is on for big, long periods throughout our day, and that does not serve us well, especially when we want to heal the body. So by having different skill sets for being able to come back home and to enable the parasympathetic to be the dominant nervous system for me has been very, very helpful in my healing. So thank you for your interest in this video.